All right, everybody, we have some really big news. As the Red Sox just finished up their final spring training game, they have officially started making roster announcements, and that includes the addition of one of the biggest prospects in all of Major League Baseball, and that is letting Kristian Campbell know that he has made the 2025 opening day roster for the Boston Red Sox. This isn't really super shocking if you guys have been paying attention to spring training so far this year, but between last year and this year, it has been a shocking ascension for Kristian Campbell, rising through the minor leagues and now making the opening day roster for the Red Sox. So if you guys are interested in this, let's get right into it because I think it's going to be a fun video. So this report was dropped by Chris Cotillo like an hour ago, and it says that the Red Sox informed Kristian Campbell that he has made the opening day roster. They have this whole article on it, but if you scroll down a little bit, it talks about what Alex Cora said about the situation, and he said that it was a decision that we made as a group. We decided that over the course of a month or the last 2 months, this is where we're going. There's no explanation. I think Alex Bregman is a good defender. He can play second and he can play third. He's going to play third for us. Now, this is pretty interesting off the bat, but before we get into the Alex Bregman part of this, just talking about the Kristian Campbell part of this, there have been a lot of comments coming from Alex Cora here in the past recent weeks and months. One of the things that has been the biggest clue as to maybe Kristian Campbell making the opening day roster is that he keeps talking about positional flexibility and the need to be able to have that on the major league roster. Kristian Campbell's primary competitor when it comes to the opening day second baseman was David Hamilton. And make no mistake here, David Hamilton is more than likely going to make the opening day roster for the Red Sox as well. But you do not put Kristian Campbell on the opening day roster unless he is the starting second baseman from day one. You don't take top prospects and you put them on the bench. That is just not how things work when you are giving them opportunities at the big league level. Now, could he at some point be relegated to a more bench type role as time goes on? That is possible, but at least the first crack is going to go to Kristian Campbell to secure that starting position. So why did the Red Sox make Kristian Campbell the opening day second baseman over David Hamilton, who did have a very strong season last year? Well, that is probably because Kristian Campbell has some of the best underlying metrics in the game. TJ Stats on Twitter makes these awesome Baseball Savant style breakdowns about minor league players, and let's take a look at his 2024 numbers right here. And when you were looking at this, this is all red. So if you guys have not explored Baseball Savant regularly, basically you want to see red from these guys. This means that they are the top tier premier players in the game. Kristian Campbell was in the 94th percentile with weighted on-base average, but he was in the 97th percentile with expected on-base average. Basically what that means is he hit the ball and he got a lot of results for it, but he was expected to get those results. These weren't just a matter of luck, or else you'd see a larger discrepancy between these two. When you look at his exit velocities too, for a guy that really is not very big, he is 6'3", but he's under 200 pounds, he still hits the ball extremely hard. 90th percentile EV of 83rd percentile and a max EV of 77 percentile. These are very good numbers for a top prospect. And probably some of the most encouraging things that you see from Campbell is the fact that he just doesn't swing and miss. And while he does strike out at a more average clip due to him striking out looking, when he does swing the bat here, his whiff percentage is in the 90th percentile, meaning that only 10% of players in the minor leagues were swinging and missing at a lower rate than he was. He also walks at a 90th percentile, meaning that he was 90% better than everybody in the minor leagues at taking walks. This is a guy that hits the ball well, he hits the ball hard, he doesn't swing and miss, and he takes a lot of walks. And when you combine that with a guy with very good speed on the base pass and a potential to be an above average defender at second base or in the outfield, this is exactly what you're wanting to see from a top prospect, and this is exactly why he got promoted to Major League Baseball heading into the 2025 season on opening day. Now, these are just his underlying metrics, and while in my personal opinion, this is more indicative of what a player can actually do as to what their actual results have shown, it's not just like his underlying stuff was great. His on-field results also were totally fantastic. So this last year between high A and triple A, he hit 330 with a 439 on base percentage, a 558 slugging percentage, good for a 997 OPS with 20 home runs, 24 stolen bases, 32 doubles in just 115 games. This is an elite level production and is why the Kristian Campbell was named the minor league player of the year last year and the breakout minor league player of the year as well, because Kristian Campbell was a 4th-round draft pick. So he was not on anybody's radar. This guy wasn't a top prospect. He wasn't even in the top 100 prospects in Major League Baseball heading into last year, and now he is the number 7 prospect overall. It is a crazy level of ascension that Kristian Campbell has done in just a year and a half in the minor leagues. What makes this even crazier to me is when you look at his Georgia Tech stats, and this is just in 2023, we're talking 2 years ago. Like, yes, he did bat 376. He had a 1033 OPS, but the power was not there. The speed was not necessarily there on the field. And these numbers, while being very good, are sort of typical for guys that are a little bit more advanced in collegiate baseball. And so that's kind of probably why he fell down to be a 4th-round pick. But the Red Sox have developed these guys. They have done such a great job of focusing on bat speed within the organization, and their focus behind that has netted huge results with Kristian Campbell and Roman Anthony for that matter. Heading into the beginning of spring training, I don't know if I would have said that Kristian Campbell was going to make the opening day roster, but he did have a clear line to be able to do it. But it totally looks like, by Alex Cora's comments down here, that the decision was made quite a while ago. And that makes a lot of sense when you look at his stats this spring training, as he really didn't perform at a great level overall. He did hit an extra home run in the spring breakout game, which is not tracked here, but a 586 OPS is really nothing to get super excited about, although he did improve marginally over time, and he did show really good defense while playing in these games. Another part of this that I just really want to quickly touch on is this comment from Alex Cora that we talked about at the beginning of this video, where Alex Bregman is going to play third base. He is going to play third base for us, he says. And so obviously, we have Rafael Devers, who's going to be the primary DH heading into this next year, but there was a lot of questions as to whether Rafael Devers, once he got a little bit more healthy, was going to slide back from DH over to third base, and then Alex Bregman might slide over to second base, but that simply looks like that's not the case right now. And in my personal opinion, this is the right decision by the Red Sox organization. I know Rafael Devers was not happy about this overall, and I think that this is a little bit of pride coming from him, because obviously he wants to be an elite third baseman. He wants to be one of the best third basemen in the game. And truth be told, he still is one of the best third basemen in the league, while still simultaneously being the worst defensive third baseman in the league. So there is a little bit of a leg to stand on. But at the end of the day, if Rafael Devers can slide over to DH, he is going to not only improve this team overall by allowing Alex Bregman, who won the Gold Glove this last year, to be the primary third baseman, and then allowing Kristian Campbell to slide into that second base spot where he shows all of the potential in the world to be an elite type player at the big league level. And I'm wondering what this kind of conversation was with Alex Cora. Is this something that they talked about in more specific? Because there definitely was some stuff earlier in spring training that made it sound like that he hadn't really talked to him about it, but whatever. It doesn't matter where we came from. It only matters where we're at now. And Rafael Devers is going to be the everyday DH. Alex Bregman is going to be the everyday third baseman. And Kristian Campbell is going to be your everyday second baseman on opening day for the Boston Red Sox. So let me know what you guys think in the comments here. This is a really exciting time to be a Red Sox fan. Marcelo Meyer has also been tearing it up in spring training. He is not going to make the opening day roster, probably because one, there's not a whole lot of space for him on the roster, and two, he hasn't played a single game at AAA, guys. You have to remember that he was injured a little bit at the end of last season. But on top of that, we have Roman Anthony as well. He is going to be ready to go here very soon. And so between Meyer, Anthony, and Campbell, the new age of the Red Sox is about to start in 2025. This is the biggest window of contention that the Red Sox are going to have in a while, and especially with the injuries that you're seeing with Shane McClanahan over in Tampa Bay and Garrett Cole in New York, and the Orioles losing Corbin Burns. This is the time that the Red Sox are going to have a shot to win this division this next year. I am telling you right now that the Red Sox realistically have a huge chance to win the division, to make the playoffs, to be able to advance in the playoffs and make the World Series this year. I promise you that this is going to be a fun season. There's a lot to look forward to, and I'm very excited with Kristian Campbell and what he is going to do for this team. So really quick, I know that there's a lot of viewers that are probably watching this right now that have not seen this part of this channel before, because I post a lot of highlight videos. I post a lot of unique type highlight stuff, but I also make this style of content, and then I make those big edited projects like you might have seen with my Roman Anthony video. And I definitely probably should be making one about Kristian Campbell right now. But if you guys enjoy this type of stuff, please consider liking and subscribing. It's kind of a unique type channel, I think, in the sports world. Do a lot of stuff here, but I hope you guys are enjoying it. And yeah, if you do, we will be seeing you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.